Ukraine restores independence to anti-corruption agencies, a major step forward. In a shocking turn of events, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has signed a law restoring independence to his country's main anti-corruption agencies, a move that has been widely welcomed by European leaders. But what led to this sudden change of heart, and what does it mean for Ukraine's future? Just last week, Ukraine's parliament approved a bill that brought the National Anti-Corruption Bureau of Ukraine, NABU, and the Specialized Anti-Corruption Prosecutor's Office, SAPO, under government control, sparking massive anti-government protests across the country. The demonstrations, which were Ukraine's first major anti-government protests since Russia's 2022 invasion, were a clear indication that the Ukrainian people would not stand idly by while their government undermined the country's anti-corruption efforts. Zelensky initially defended the bill, claiming it was necessary to rid the agencies of Russian influence. Bang. However, after listening to the Ukrainian people, he about-faced and signed a new law that guarantees the independence of the anti-corruption bodies and all law enforcement agencies. The new law also ensures regular polygraph checks for law enforcement personnel with access to state secrets or relatives in Russia. This move has been hailed as a welcome step by European leaders, including Ursula von der Leyen, the President of the European Commission, and Antonio Costa, the President of the European Council. They emphasized that Ukraine's rule of law and anti-corruption reforms are essential for the country's progress on the European path, and that the EU will continue to support these efforts. But here's where it gets interesting. Ukraine has long been seen as one of the most corrupt countries in Europe, and the European Union has made it clear that strong anti-graft measures are a prerequisite for joining the bloc. So what does this new law mean for Ukraine's chances of joining the EU? According to Kaja Kallas, the EU's High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, Ukraine's move to restore powers of anti-corruption bodies demonstrates its resolve to quickly get back on course when European democratic values are at stake. However, some might argue that this is just a small step in the right direction, and that Ukraine still has a long way to go in terms of tackling corruption. As we move forward, it's essential to ask, what other reforms are needed to ensure Ukraine's anti-corruption efforts are effective? And how will the EU continue to support Ukraine in its fight against corruption? Share your thoughts in the comments below.